Shalom. Shalom, Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And this quick lesson, we're going to get into no growth comes from being comfortable. No growth comes from being comfortable, right? As, the quote goes, man, smooth seas doesn't make strong sailors, man, right? Smooth seas does not make strong sailors, right? So in order for you to grow, you have to be put in a uncomfortable situation, right? A situation that is challenging onto you in order for you to grow and ultimately become better. Because if you don't, then you're either going to be stuck in the same spot, if not, get worse, right? But I'm going to read this because I looked it up. It says that there is no comfort in the growth zone means that personal development requires stepping into uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and challenging situation. Growth is painful and demanding, requiring individuals to push past fears and limitations rather than staying in a safe, stagnant, remember that word, stagnant and comfortable space. Exactly. So if you don't be put in uncomfortable situations, right, but then, you walk, then guess what? You're going to be stagnant, meaning you're not going to get better. You're going to get worse. You're going to stay the same, if not get worse. Right? That's why scriptures go into, despise not the chastening of the Lord. Matter of fact, go ahead and get that. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. It says, "My son, despise not the chastening of Yahweh, neither be weary of his correction. For whom Yahweh loveth, he correcteth, even as a," damn it, it's like it, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. Exactly, man. So whoever the Lord loves, man, he's going to chasten, right? He's going to, correct. He's going to discipline, right? He's going to discipline them. So that being said, you ask the Lord to be better at things and be prepared to be put in uncomfortable situation. Because, all the Lord's doing is answering your prayers, right? He's answering your prayers, ultimately. Yeah, you say you want more wisdom? Well, you're going to be put in uncomfortable situations to where you need to apply wisdom, and if you don't, there's consequences for not doing so, right? It could be something as simple as, sleep. If you work in the morning and you don't go to bed at a good time, then guess what? You're going to wake up tired. You wake up tired, it's going to be harder for you to go to work. If it's harder for you to go to work, hell, it's going to be harder for you to even function at work, meaning to do your job because you're tired, right? That's the consequences of not using wisdom, not going to bed at a good time, right? Ultimately, you're adding unnecessary hell upon yourself. That's just an example, though. But, let's be honest. Who wants to go to bed early to go to fucking slave ship? So it's not an easy thing to do. It's like, damn, man, you want the day to last longer of you just being away from work. But it's like, man, it really sucks, man. You just gotta be like, hey, fuck, man, let me go ahead and go to bed and get some rest so I can at least have energy to do my job. So I can have energy to get up and go to work, Like I said, it's just an example. But I'm gonna read some more of this, AI overview. It says the process. Growth is not an easy, comfortable process, but one that causes growing pains, similar to when children grow physically, emotionally, and intellectually. We feel pain when our limits are being pushed. Before reaching the true growth zone, one must pass through the fear zone and the learning zone, right? That fear zone, man. Hell, another example is like going out on the highways and byways, man, right? That's not an easy thing to do right off the jump, right? I wasn't always able to do that. Hell, I never thought I'd be able to do that, to be honest. Now it's ultimately through Yahweh Shai that it's possible. It was possible, but it wasn't an easy task to do. To go out there, right? Hell, just to go out there to watch the brothers, it's like, oh shit, it wasn't easy, but it did it. It did it. But this is the main point I want to get. Yeah, this main part I want to get the benefits. It says, while uncomfortable, this space is where transformation occurs. Exactly. So while you're uncomfortable, that's when you're growing. You don't grow when you good, you chilling, you on your A game. Okay, that's cool. But when you put in situations where you gotta change something, you gotta make some shake, or you gotta endure some stuff, then that's where the real growth happens. It doesn't happen when you're on your A game. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a cool thing to be on your A game. You do what you do, but right, but you being on your A game is pretty much like the new normal. Like, I'll use my examples. Like, let me say, I'll say for example, making lessons, right? Okay, yeah, I'm making lessons on a daily, right? And I'm doing pretty good at that through the power of Yahweh Shai. Now, am I growing with that ness? Not really, because I've been doing it. So it's like it's really my new normal. Like I'm to the point that if I don't do this, it's gonna be like something's off. So it's like it's a really good habit that the Lord allowed me to build up when it comes to making lessons. Because if I don't make a lesson, then good luck with me functioning for the rest of the day. Because it's gonna be on my mind all day. Now to do like 2 or 3 lessons in a day, now that I don't really do that like that. If the Lord put the spirit on me to, it's more of a fight to do it than when it was for me to do just one. Yeah, I'll grow more from doing 2 lessons. Lord willing, I start doing more lessons. Hell, let alone even lengthier lessons. That's just an example of being put uncomfortable. Because if I do those things long enough, then guess what? It's gonna be my new normal. Just like making my daily lessons is a new normal. Well, let me go ahead and get back into it. It says the benefits. While uncomfortable, this space is where transformation occurs. The fear and insecurity of the unknown eventually become the new expanded normal. Right? So the fear and insecurity of the unknown eventually, meaning it'll happen eventually, will become the new normal for you. Going out to camp. I remember going out to camp. Hell, if I was the main speaker, man, I mean, hell, I still kind of sweat now, but like, it used to be way worse when I first started doing it. Way worse. Sweating stupid hard. It's colder outside, and I'm sweating. Right? Jake's stupid nervous. Like, I still get nervous even now, but like, not on the level I used to, man. Not on the same level I used to. And these things come with time. Right? Eventually I got to the point to where it's a new normal. Right? I got camp today. I'm looking forward to it. And just like, all right, let's go get ready to go to camp in downtown Dallas. It's like, yeah, in downtown Dallas. I never thought I'd be in downtown Dallas preaching about Yahweh Shem Shai. Because where I used to preach like, in Mesquite, you know, in Mesquite. And let alone, it wasn't like downtown Mesquite or something. Well, there is no downtown Mesquite as far as I know. It was like kind of like in a little park or something. Came from that to downtown Dallas. People walking by, scoffers. Scoffers are like at a high level. Like coming at a high level. They're not on high levels. They're coming at a higher level. More. Cause when I was preaching at the parks, man, I didn't have to deal with no scoffers like that. Me and the bros that I was with, we didn't have to deal with no scoffers really like that. Maybe one every once in a while. In downtown Dallas, it's damn near it's at least one a week, at least, right? But being put in that uncomfortable position so many times, it became the new normal for me. It's like, okay, I'm used to just going out to downtown Dallas, and I'll be chilling. I don't be, fear don't really come across me. I'll be like, fuck, shit, uncomfortable. It's more like you gotten comfortable with the uncomfortable, as the apostles like to say. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that comes with time of doing the uncomfortable. The more you do the uncomfortable, the more comfortable it becomes, because it'll be your new normal. I'm gonna read one more part you got. It says the reality. The hardest part is leaving the safety of the known, but staying within comfort leads to stagnation, whereas enduring the discomfort of growth leads to potential, as highlighted in this Medium article. So yeah, the hardest part is leaving the comfort zone of the known. It's like trying a new food spot, man. Right? Like, that's me. I'm not a big fan of trying new food spots, really. All right, unless I know that it's gonna be good. So it's like, if I see a spot, it's like, damn, I low key want to go, but at the same time, I don't want to go over there, because if that shit nasty, I'm gonna be mad. But there's times when I did that. There's two sides to the coin. So I did that, and it happened exactly like that. And there's other times when I did that, it's like, damn, man, I'm so fucking glad I went. But as it says, the hardest part is leaving that comfort zone, because in that comfort zone, or the safety, what did it say? Okay, leaving the safety of the known. That's the hardest part. You sticking with what you know, like, okay, I know this is good, this is work for me. Once you step outside of that, man, stepping into the unknown, that's when you really start to grow, man, because you're uncomfortable, right? You're uncomfortable. It's like you're forced to grow. You're forced to grow. That's why I brought out that Proverbs 3, right? Despise not the chastening of the Lord, man. Because when the Lord, when he disciplines you, man, when he corrects you, when he puts you through the ringer, right? When he puts you through that ringer, then you're uncomfortable, man. You're uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. You want it to be over already. But at the same time, it's being used to build you up within that. I'm going to go ahead and get to Hebrews chapter 12. And I'm going to go ahead and jump down straight to the point, verse 11. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. So when the Lord's putting that hell on you, or whatever he's trying to teach you, it's not some jolly good time. Oh yeah, the Lord get me right. Listen, you're not finna be like that, bro. Let's just be honest. You're not finna be like that. You're gonna be like, fuck, damn, I want this to be over with already, man. This sucks. But at the same time, you're gonna understand, like, it is from the Lord, but it sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sucks. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. I'm gonna read. It says, for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. All right. So in other words, yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's painful. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It sucks. But when it's over, hey, that's where your growth. That's where the growth happens. The growth happens during the pain. But when it's over, it's you. That's you realizing how much you've grown from it. That's why you got to be thankful. That's why you can't despise the Lord chastening you, because if He doesn't, then how do you expect to get better? You can't. If He was comfortable all the time, because that's what the flesh wants. You want to be comfortable all the time. You want to be chilling. You don't feel like going to the gym. You don't feel like dieting, right? You don't feel like denying yourself. You just want to just give in and say fuck it, man, right? You ain't gonna grow like that. If anything, you're gonna get worse. If anything, you know. So you don't despise the chastening of the Lord, man, right? Because the Lord, He's the one that really put you in them uncomfortable situations for you to grow, whatever He sees fit for you, though. Because every individual, that's different, right? There's things that Lord put me through that He's not gonna put that brother through as of either right now or ever. He'd be like, nah, I need this for you, but for him, I gotta do it this way. Because we're all different, you know? So whatever the Lord does to me, it's good for me to grow. And for you, it's good for you to grow. But you just gotta be patient within that. Because the Lord, He gonna bring you down low. That's why you have more low moments in the truth than high moments, because them low moments is the moments you grow. That's the time you're growing the most, in them low moments. I remember the priest, I remember a lot of stuff he be saying. I guess it's the Lord. But I remember when he said, being thankful for them low moments, man. All right, being thankful because, bro, within them low moments, them are the moments you're growing the most. Like when you be hitting the lowest of the low, it's like, damn, man, the Lord just broke me down so low, bro. Them are the times you're growing the most. You're not growing like that when you're on your A game. You're not. Think of you being on your A game is the result of what happened when you was when you was low. Think of it like that. It's like Lord showing you, okay, this is the results of me bringing you low. I'm building you back up. Now look at you. But guess what? I got to tear you back down again, so I can build you up even stronger. That's the whole thing, and it's true, man. You getting broken down, built up, broken down, built up. And guess what? As you get broken down even lower every time, because guess what? You can't, the brothers use the analogy of lifting weights, man. You can't sit there and keep lifting 135 your whole life. Eventually, you're going to have to add some more weight so you can get stronger, right? To break down the muscles for real. So the whole point of you working out, breaking down your muscles so they can build back bigger, right? And I ain't finna keep breaking down once it's adapted to the weight that you've been using. But yeah, man, hey, no growth comes from being comfortable, man. Right? So embrace being uncomfortable, man. And that's far easier said than done, man. Because I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, right? Sometimes Lord, He'll let you know it's coming. Does that mean you're finna be smiling about it? No. But that damn sure means you better be praying that you can endure it. Because there's sometimes Lord put things on people we thought were brothers, and it knocks them out. It's like, I just can't. I'm done. And then you gone. You're done, pretty much. But anyways, Lord willing, y'all was edified. Excuse me, Salakia. But Lord willing, y'all was edified. I want to end it out by saying, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. And until next time, I say, Shalom, Yesharala.